Jesus Christ.
Can't.
Okay. Hello, and welcome to the Black Mind Podcast, episode
172. Yep.
182.
Wait, there was
you idiot.
no way it was 172. It was 180 last time I was on here, Alan.
We're counting down now.
We're counting down?
We're counting down.
And what did you
We're
start
counting
at?
down.
What happens when we hit 0? Do we just all die? Is that when we commit suicide on podcast?
No, we glitch out when you go into negatives.
Yes. Excellent. Podcast
It's like this-
-1. Welcome to the
This is like
negative verse. The negaverse.
This is not supposed to happen.
Yeah, it's not supposed to happen. I've been in school, so I've just been memeing this entire week. It's been meme-tastic. I might be starting another show for our club. Dear God, help me.
Wait,
I don't want to
like
do
another
this.
podcast?
Yeah, I don't want to do it.
You're
I said
cheating
I don't.
on us?
No.
You whore.
No.
You
I'm being
whore.
dragged
You can
into
always
this.
bring them onto this podcast, then I could ruin them.
You-
All those
you know
innocent
what?
new
I
nice
might
people
just
you
do that.
make.
I would rather do that, but you know what? I don't feel like not eliminating all of my friends.
Why the fuck not?
Because, Rory, I think it would be hilarious to bring you. I think it would be funny for like 20 minutes, but like, some of them I like.
Well, yeah, that's why you bring me along, so they understand that there are even worse people in the world than you, and thus
point.
appreciate you for who you are.
Good point. I should do this. It's a good idea.
There you go. I see. I'm a persuasive person.
You are. I learned from the best.
Your persuasive skills is up the roof through the roof there.
I'm maxing diplomacy.
He is max in diplomacy. Rory would build a wall. He could build us a wall.
I did not
Totally
max
could.
wall building.
No, but you could secure the funding for said wall.
Sure. Yeah. So we are robbing a bank now, or?
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
yes. I get the I get the explosives.
Okay.
This is one thing Payday 2 has taught me: is that you need explosives on any sort of robbery.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Actually, the one robbery I always wanted to do in Payday, but you need to be at such a high level to do, was secret or go in and out stealthily. And it's like, how do you do this at a low level? It's impossible.
Well, first of all, you don't play with your close friends, because there's a 90% chance that any of your close friends, and I don't care who you are, this refers to everyone, 90% chance that all your close friends are fucking incompetent. That's just how it is.
Love you, Rory.
Yeah,
Hey.
true. Or
Hey.
you end up being the incompetent one, and it's like, this is awkward. I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
realize
no.
I was this bad.
If your friends aren't all incompetent idiots, then I'm sorry, dude, but
I should find new
it's
friends.
you. It's you. You're the incompetent idiot.
Get
That's
on
what I
my
came to.
level.
Did I die? Am I dead?
No,
No, you're still
there.
here.
Am I dead? Oh, no.
Oh my god.
Oh, oh, no.
Oh my god, what have I done?
You've brought pain and suffering upon us all.
Yes, you have. Is Rory still there?
Yeah, no, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm
Did I
just trying to process this art.
It's
Make it
such
the
art.
podcast. Well, we've got a podcast logo now.
Oh, God.
Yup.
Done.
Why did you... Who did this?
I did. Because I was like, oh, I can make this really fucking stupid. Oh, it's so fucking stupid.
You did. You succeeded.
Oh, I succeeded. Definitely.
Because of the crude penis in the upper right-hand corner, does this count as a lewd?
I think so.
In that case, I think we have to shut this down and fucking like go underground because you've just shared child pornography with all of us.
Yeah.
Ravioli, do not loot the hat, lowly.
Yeah.
Shit.
You fucking monster.
Horrible, horrible monster. Well, the funny thing was in the game, like when they do like in the game, there's a story of like, oh, you have to get a passport and all this junk because you're going from planet to planet, and apparently you need a passport.
Yeah, you have
one
to
of the-
like edit your picture, and of course,
You can edit
because
your
you're
picture.
you, Josh, you just slapped a big old dick in it. Speaking of big old dicks, you were on a tangent about genital jousting before the
The complete,
Before we
the
ramble
complete
the podcast.
collapse of all of our accuracies.
Yep.
Oh, jeez. Why?
Okay, never mind. That's the fucking podcast.
That's America gay.
America is gay. It's just
We're
imposing.
sticking our greater Toronto area in them. Also,
into their lower Chicago.
yeah, right into the lower Chicago.
Y'all are fucking welcome.
Oh,
God.
that's a good meme right there. I'm gonna share that.
Your meme has just been upstaged, Josh.
I think so.
That's gotta
Like
be the
I'm just gonna
podcast.
save this.
America.
Is it
Black
better
Mind
than the
Podcast, episode 182. America is gay? Question mark.
Greater Toronto area? Is it better than this?
Yes.
Much better.
Yes.
Much better. Okay.
All right, but Josh wants to talk about
Anyway.
genital jousting
talk about your
again.
dicks or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's get it out of the
So
way.
I
early.
just want to fill in on on Rory that I played some
Please
genital
don't say
jousting.
fill in Rory on any like around when you're talking about dicks. I'm just not comfortable with that level of Freudian slip.
Well, the funny thing is about like the story mode, like the game has a story mode, because when it was first showed, it only had a multiplayer mode to it. So the creator was like, "Well, I feel like you should have a story mode or something, because not everyone's gonna have friends to play with a stupid game about penises penetrating other penises." So it's like, well, you know what? I'll just make a story mode to go with it. And then sell it as this one piece whole meal of like, there's a story mode to it, and there's
but
multiplayer.
but what's the story mode about? Please give us a
So
synopsis.
you're playing a game as a character named John,
Okay.
and John is a dick in a dick universe where all the mammals are dicks,
Mm-hmm.
and all the people are dicks,
Yes.
and all the females are dicks. So everything,
Yes.
almost everything's a dick.
That is the literal definition of everything is a dick.
Yep. And so basically, you're going about this guy's life, and he got a letter in the mail saying that, high school reunion is like a couple of weeks away, and he's depressed as shit because he feels like he has done nothing with his life, and he has no he has no girlfriend, he has a house, but he's like, what is this? What am I living? Why do I have a girlfriend? And he's all depressed because he doesn't have a girlfriend. And it's basically a adventure of like slow progression to him trying to better himself, him trying to find a girlfriend before this reunion of high school classmates.
So the fucking story mode is just like helping this dick self-improve, like a literal.
Yep.
All right.
This trust me, the story mode is full of real good jokes. Like really good jokes, to the point that you read something off on a billboard and go, "Did they just flip the joke around on that billboard? They totally flipped the joke around on that billboard." You're like, "Yeah, that's a good joke."
All right. I will take your word for it. I can't believe this. So wait, what does it play like? Does it play like those
it
old
plays like-
Flash RPGs where you had to like go around the city
No.
leveling up your stats and stuff?
No, it's not nothing like that. It's definitely a story-driven.
Oh, so it's like a visual
know,
novel.
yeah,
is-
kind of like visually
Okay, so
novel-y.
it's a
Yeah.
visual novel where you play. Do you actually play like genital jousting game at all during that time?
I actually couldn't because every time I tried to like make a lobby and see if anyone would join in.
No.
one was-
In like the story mode, is it just a visual
Oh.
novel, or do you actually play the game itself?
No. Like, well, the thing is, I think
do
the
you
story
battle other
mode kind of.
penises in the story mode?
Yeah, can you battle other
Yeah,
penises, Josh?
Yes. You do battle other penises, and also there is some story plot points where you have to do A and B thing in the story with your either dick or asshole. So.
Okay.
Oh, coffee. But yeah, it's so funny because the first thing you do in the game is you wake up in the morning from your bed, you go eat food, but it turns out you eat with your butthole.
What do dicks eat?
Yeah, no, it's they eat through their butthole apparently.
No,
It's like this-
not where they eat from. Like, what do they eat?
Oh, like it's apparently in the game it's energy drinks, chicken, and
What a balanced
other things
meal.
that other things kind of shapely like butt plugs. So oranges.
Orange? I don't know what bug plugs you're using, but I don't
Well,
think
well,
they're
see-
really made of. They're
Well,
really
butt
shaped like
beads.
oranges. Oh, okay.
No, please,
Just
God.
a
You
bunch
get
of
it.
oranges on strings. Got it.
Dear God.
Yeah.
Dear God, man.
I
Dear
mean, I
fucking-
may have or may not have made that up, but I mean that would be a
All
great
right.
visual of that.
What you're telling me is I'm going to need to see this for myself in order to understand the in-depth lore
Oh yeah, of genital
fucking
jousting.
Genital jousting. Well, that
Freaking,
made
I
my
would
day
love-
better.
Yeah, I would love to play this in the party setting, but like the only party setting I'm going to is family reunions, and I'm not gonna play that there
Yeah.
unless I get it. Like my cousins get old enough, and I'm like, you want to play a game that's really fucking weird?
If I like how you preface that with "if my cousins get
If.
old enough."
Oh, like, funny thing is, a lot of my cousins, actually, I think all of them are like of age type of thing. Like I kind of keep forgetting how old they are. But but at the same time, it's like they're all constantly working and actually improving on their lives, and I'm sitting here playing genital jousting.
But you can beat them at genital jousting.
My dick is harder than yours. Ugh!
That
But I don't-
phrasing.
Yep. I don't know if I'd phrase it like that. But,
By the way, just a heads up. By the way, just a heads up there, Jeff. That's going to be a bit of a spike because I just looked at my thing and I'm like, I need to adjust my microphone.
yeah, mate. It turns out when you
Yeah.
scream into your microphone, it makes a really loud noise. Who would have thought?
No, it's even when I've actually just noticed that like it's across the whole way.
Oh yeah, my old microphone
boy.
peaked out all the
Hi,
time.
so I just turned down the mic a bit.
So do we? Okay, so yeah. I can't wait for Vatty Video to do lore videos on goddamn genital jousting. That's gonna be super interesting.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
if he does, like watch it be his April Fool's one.
No, they're I don't. I think that's a bit obscure. But
Dude.
yeah. What topic do we have after genital jousting? We've already talked about the dicks. What else have we got?
We could talk about CS and like Destiny. We could talk about Jack Thompson.
There are a lot of good topics actually. I'm glad I didn't bring anything of value to the table because otherwise you wouldn't have time to get all of it.
Let's go with the Jack Thompson stuff because I haven't heard much
Okay.
about it actually.
So Jack Thompson's back.
Who has
He's writing art.
the man who hasn't been relevant for years.
The man who died is born again.
I remember.
like-
I remember. Okay, the last time I heard of Jack Thompson being relevant was when I was watching Screw Attack on GameTrailers.com, and that doesn't fucking exist anymore.
Right?
yeah.
Jack Thompson.
Actually, I can even up you one more. The last time I heard anything from Jack Thompson is that he got slapped with a court case or some court case of like he's selling illegal weapons. And I'm like, you're
What?
the
What?
GTA man. You're GTA man right now
Wait,
because you're
wait.
selling illegal weapons.
Wait, is that legit? I have not heard about that.
That's totally legit. And to the point, I'm like, I'm surprised he has work at all.
How? That is what?
Jack Thompson's not allowed to actually work in the state of Florida anymore.
Is he
I'm
not?
surprised he's even writing an article anywhere.
What?
Yeah, so he's writing articles.
Okay, fuck genital jousting. Fucking Jack Thompson. This is the lore I've got to know. Like, what the fuck happened?
I don't know. Now he's writing articles, so like to show like how far.
Oh, yeah, fucking any idiot with two brain cells to rub together can write an article.
Right,
Half
but
of them
he's
don't
writing
even have
articles,
that.
so he's back. He's back in a sense. He's still propagating the same bullshit. He's still they're saying that there should be legislation against video games, but he's back.
Good luck with that. It's an industry giant now. You're fucked.
Oh yeah, it's going to be hilarious how
This
fucked it is.
Like I imagine like he takes his appeals to like various places now, and they're just like, wow, that's so retro. Like, how is this even remotely relevant anymore? What the fuck are you doing,
I don't know.
Jack? What are you
Like, I was gonna say, like, with any person any person nowadays is gonna read his opinions and be like, "Who are you?
This
And
is
why
an
do you
old-
think like this?"
Well,
it's
I mean, first of all, who's gonna read his shit? No one has newspapers anymore.
A Fox News executive. Oh no, they're online.
Fox News, I don't even really pays attention to him anymore either because I think they've just kind of given up on it.
Fox News stopped giving a fuck about video games yonks ago. At least that's
Right.
the last of I heard about it.
Oh yeah.
Like from last time that I heard about Fox News caring about video games was the shooting that happened at a video game event. That was the last time I heard about Fox News giving a shit about video games.
Right. No, like
Sounds
I'm
like
just yeah. So like he's talking about on this. I think it's like I don't know the site, but he is back. That's all I'll say. And it's just like wow. Okay, so he's back.
Huzzah, men! Once more into the breach. Defend,
Okay.
defend,
Well,
defend
I
thy
prefer
hobbies.
That's we were a bit light on details then. I prefer to know exactly what it means by back because if he's just like like I want to know specifics on what he's doing before I decide before it's like decided that he's back doing Jack Thompson things because I can't. I
Jack
feel
Thompson
like
here.
no one's gonna take what he's doing seriously now of all times. Like we are a decade past the point where like claims like the ones he used to make could even remotely be taken seriously.
Yep.
Right.
But I don't know. I guess I guess time will tell. I guess I'll look into it after we're done the podcast. I'll add jazz.
I'll have to look into it too.
Because apparently the people
Yeah.
who brought the topic didn't have any information.
Well, no, like basically he's back. He's like a 40-year-old. He's like 40-year-old virgin, and like I'm actually searching up stuff right now while
hold
doing
up,
homework.
hold up. He can't be a 40-year-old virgin. He's a fucking lawyer. He pays
Okay,
for that
so-
shit on the He pays for that shit on the fucking regular.
Jack Thompson, video games.
Jack Thompson hookers.
Jack Thompson, activist. Attorney Jack Thompson is
Yep,
personal
so he's a lawyer.
Yep.
Whatever. We beat him once before. We'll beat him again.
Yeah, so basically he's back.
I think the only way we could beat him now is not the only way we could beat him, but now it's going to be just like no one's going to pay attention to you ever, to the point of like you're probably just going to stop altogether and no one will care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't know. I feel like yeah, no. It's ridiculous. It's just such an irrelevant viewpoint nowadays, especially with how fucking inflamed everyone is with like well, I think the main thing is it's gotten fucking nothing to do with like the sort of internet culture war we've got going on. Like it has
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
it has nothing to do. Like video games cause violence. Like that isn't strongly aligned with either side of like the internet culture war or whatever. So like, who the fuck's gonna care? No one's gonna get mad about this.
Exactly.
Right.
Like it kind of comes to a point of like you're so irrelevant, like you're not relevant to the point of like this is not a topic anymore. We moved past this.
If that is
we're
indeed
fine with it.
if that is indeed what he's talking about, he might be like just back in as an activist for other things, more.
Oh no, he's back in
culturally
as an
relevant.
activist. Yeah, I don't think that he's coming back anytime soon. but I think that like it's kind of concerning considering that the media is not the best of friends with games.
Oh,
no.
fucking whatever. Like when was the last time there was actual like controversy over like video games cause violence? Over a decade ago?
At least like
the people
over a decade, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Like no, you're right. Yeah, no. Like
If he's back doing the same thing, it's laughable if anything. If he's doing something else, that would be more understandable. But yeah, well, I guess we'll
play it by ear. We'll play it by ear.
probably research these topics a bit more thoroughly before we talk about them.
To be fair, I just watched a video and
Guys.
stuff like that and posted
Well, what
the
did they
video.
say in the
and
video?
They literally say
Did they only say he's back?
they say he's back. He's writing
Did
articles
they
for a
say he's
website.
back over the course of approximately 10 minutes? Did you watch the whole video, Jeff?
Well, no, I didn't because I
so
didn't have
stop
time.
talking.
God
Stop.
damn it, Jeff.
Stop.
Okay.
Cease and desist.
But I
Sit
want
down,
to bully.
No, don't bully him because I'm about to bully him.
Oh, okay.
Jeff,
God damn it!
Jeff, for all
Stop
I
kicking
know
him
right
in the
now.
kidneys. I gotta kick him in the spleen.
Thank you. No, I gotta kick him. I gotta kick him in the stomach for a bit first. Jeff. You brought
great.
a topic. You brought a topic to us about one of video games' devils.
Yes.
And
Yes,
you
I
didn't
did.
even watch the whole video. And you're
No, because I was busy.
No.
My tiny millennial brain can't focus on things for more than 30 seconds. It's really hard.
Yes. But here's Jeff.
All right,
Jeff,
maybe we should move on to a topic that we actually.
Jeff.
No, Allan, don't know me, Allan.
Yes, I will know you.
Fuck you, bitch. I know where you live, motherfucker.
I know where you
Okay,
live
so-
too.
I love
So
how you
what-
two are fighting over how to fight over someone.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So I'm watching the video right now.
asserting
Basically, he's saying
Okay. Well,
Okay.
no. Watch it after, and then we can talk about it next week if you want to.
no. I'm watching it right now. So basically,
no.
he said that
He's gonna
Doom.
watch it while the podcast is.
All right,
top
I'm gonna
level
mute-
professionalism over
I'm
here.
gonna mute Jeff, and then we'll just continue on with the podcast.
What? No, don't mute him.
No.
We're still running a fucking podcast, you idiot.
There are three other people in this chat. Jeff
Yes, so you're just
Jeff
gonna
makes four.
ignore everything Jeff has to say about the other topics?
Yes, because if he's gonna watch if he's gonna to watch the video
No,
while
we
we're
just
recording.
move on to a different topic and maybe come
That's
back
what
to
I
this
mean.
one later.
But Jeff wants to watch the
but you
video
don't
right
have
now.
to ignore him for the entire time. Allan, what are you doing?
I've fallen since last night. Go fuck
Okay,
yourself.
are we gonna get into this right now?
Josh,
okay.
Mommy and Daddy
Yeah.
are fighting. I don't like it.
No, I understand what's wrong with Allan. Okay, so
No,
In our
Daddy and Daddy, stop.
don't call me daddy.
Stop that.
Daddy, please,
Oh,
come
no.
on. Get together.
Oh, fuck's sake. No. Okay, so to get into the reason why Allan is having a fucking mental breakdown in our semi-long running but very infrequent
Pathfinder.
Pathfinder game that we're both in. He's playing his paladin, and for the longest time since since the first session, was it? I missed the first session, so
no,
that's
you
why
were
I'm asking.
because the first session that you showed
It was
up
the second
is a
session, yes, because
yeah,
that's when we got. Okay, so the one thing his character has had, because for the most part, Allan's character has been almost
bullied.
Well, I mean, he's been bullied by pretty much everyone, except ironically enough, my character.
Yeah.
Mostly because my character is fucking high all the time.
And that's the thing is my character Wolfgart, my character appreciates Moss.
Oh
and
yes,
actually-
sorry.
and-
To give some context, this motherfucker made a wolf man and named him Wolfgart.
Yep, Wolfgart Krieger.
Wolfgart, Wolf the Wolf Man.
Yep.
Good.
It's better than,
but
it's
yes,
better, it's better than the
that-
alternate name that we got with the recent
That tangent
character
aside,
that had.
Allan's character has been bullied and largely ignored for the majority of that time we've been playing that campaign. And the one thing he's had is that in session 2, he found a rabbit. And
I
was like, this
adopted
is
it.
my bunny. I will look after it. And it's been the thing he spent all his downtime on. And then during the last session, events conspired where said rabbit was straight up murdered off screen. And then and only brought up at the very end of the session. And he's just like, this is the darkest timeline. So Allan's a bit emotionally vulnerable because his rabbit got murdered.
So wait. Let me get this straight. Allan's emotionally upset that a fake, non-existent bunny rabbit is dead.
Yes. What's your point?
No, it's perfectly logical.
Yeah.
This is me playing as a character, and I'm like, even I was like, no, I put so much time into this, and you took it from me.
It was
but
the one thing he had.
Remember,
It's okay, I server muted Allan. Life's good. We can continue the podcast with that.
Oh, now you just wanted to get back at him for threatening to mute you earlier.
Yeah. But the thing is,
Y'all are
though,
bitches. Y'all are catty bitches.
dude, you're here with us.
And Stefan is poking me over in Discord, telling me to bully Allan more.
But no,
Tell him to be on the next episode. He can do it himself.
The thing is, though, and Rory can quote me on this. The moment I came in the room, and it's like, yeah, you see the X thing happening on the thing, and your rabbit's dead, and you know for a fact X character killed your rabbit. And my response is, I draw my long sword, and even Rory like snapped his head at me just for a second, like, oh shit, is Allan gonna fall?
Yeah, no, do it, fucking murder your daughter's killer.
Avenge him.
Wait.
You could even smite them. They're technically evil now.
Yep. But that's the thing is like my character is now like a social isolationist. He's like, I have no point to be in the village. I'm gonna go build a house outside of town, by the road. Come visit me if you need me. Alcohol is his best friend now, by the way.
Yeah.
Why? Okay, you should 100% be switching to the Fallen Paladin archetype.
Vindictive
It's
bastard.
called Vindictive Bastard. How can you not be taking this?
I'm probably gonna do it.
Excellent.
Although I'm gonna keep a spare copy of Wolfgart as
Stefan just spoke to me with, you literally had all your children. Oh, okay. No, he's talking to me. He said you literally had all your children killed off screen, and you did something he doesn't get to bitch. He's referring to a different game. Sorry, I thought he was laying into Allan. He's laying into me. Continue.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I'm probably gonna do Vindictive Bastard now.
Excellent. Do it.
But I do know for a fact that I am gonna keep a second copy of Wolfgart so I can use it for another time.
Oh yeah, well, because like it's a fallen paladin archetype. If the story conspires that you may redeem yourself, you can switch back to a regular paladin.
I don't think I'm gonna kill the thing that killed my daughter, but I'm gonna be like to the point where it's like I can't be near that town because I will do a horrible, horrible thing.
I will burn it to the ground.
and it's gonna be even funnier considering what's gonna happen when my dad shows up. Oh
Your
no!
dad boy, yes.
Yeah,
Excellent.
my dad.
All right.
I just want there to be somewhere like you had a big epic battle. In the middle of that epic battle, a bunny showed up out of nowhere.
Okay.
Just everyone's like, everyone sees this bunny, and go. Just to see what reactions will happen.
I still think my favorite thing that happened though in the campaign was I think in our first campaign with my session with Rory. It's just after Wolfgart picks up this rabbit, and they're like, "Great, we got this rabbit." I like looked at him like, "This rabbit chose me. I will protect this rabbit." And Rory
And
like
then
looked.
you failed.
I wasn't close enough to protect it. How was I supposed to protect it? I was away on a job. Ah.
So,
But Rory has a secondary character in the campaign that he also controls. It's basically like his puppet.
Yeah, no, it's
And-
I'm playing a summoner, and they have like a customizable outsider companion that's like that they get to personalize with evolution points as they level up. And yeah, that's what he's referring to. I basically have a giant four-armed flying Wookiee that grabs people and strangles the life out of them.
And what happened
fun.
immediately after I picked up this rabbit is Pete looked at the ground and stabbed like 2 other rabbits and picked them up and walked away. And then not even an hour later, this is like we go back to town, we bring the rabbits. We're just basically like learning Kim was doing this too.
We were hunting rabbits so we could learn to cook.
Yeah. And then we walked out of town and we see a boar. And to quote me and Rory, we rush it. And our DM, Kim looked at us and was like, what? It's like, Pete rushes it, I rush it. And both me and
Ham.
Pete just charged. It was ham.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was a good time.
It was good
But
times.
anyway.
It was when Wolfgart was a hopeful, aspiring
when he was an idealist before the dark times. But
So
yeah,
basically,
before the Empire.
so okay. Can I go back to the previous topic?
Yeah, go. Yeah, let's go.
Go right ahead.
So basically, Jack Thompson's insinuating that games like Doom, Grand Theft Auto, and Call of Duty train school shooters.
Oh my fucking
Oh,
god!
Still on the same wagon.
He's actually still on this.
Apparently, the wheels have not broken off.
Holy shit! And he's calling Doom came back just to bring Jack Thompson back from the dead.
I can't help
hero
but
hath
hold
returned.
up. Hold up. I can't help but wonder if Doom, like, he's just like on the PR team for Doom now.
Should be.
Yo, if
He
this
should
is
be.
actually a work, this could totally be a work. Jack Thompson's been faking outrage for years.
I can
Just to
believe
make people want to buy things more. Yes, I am too. This is the best timeline.
Man, if we had a lot of money and then like we had someone to throw under the bus, that'd be great.
It'd be so good.
So good.
In other news,
What happened at CSA, Jeff?
CES,
CES.
disappointment, gloriousness, and happiness. Do you want the cliff notes or do you want the non-cliff notes?
I would
notes.
like to know what CES is.
Consumer Electronics Show.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
So basically, like, hey, we're making new computer stuff. Come watch us.
yeah, new computer stuff, TVs, receivers,
I find
robots. There was a robot that got killed by a self-driving Tesla.
Yay!
Good. The Tesla's on our side.
The Teslas are on our side, yeah.
Tesla versus Skynet.
Tesla versus Skynet. I would watch that movie.
Fuck yeah.
There was a rolled up TV. Apparently, there's the greatest LCD panel ever made. What did get announced was the NVIDIA GTX RTX 2060, which is basically 1070 Ti performance, which is basically 1080 performance, for about $400 Canadian or $399 American.
That conversion does not work.
I don't know the price off the top of my head. I'm just throwing out numbers. I'm pretty sure it's about
$399
$400.
American
I'm
for
just
400
making up
K.
numbers.
What?
47, 82,
$499 Canadian. There
11
we go.
billion,
Brick.
Hut.
and 2/3.
Yes. I'll look it up. RTX 2060 price.
Yeah, there you go.
But I'm pretty sure it's about $399. RTX. Tell me the fucking price, you fucks.
If it's $399 Canadian, it's definitely not fucking.
RTX 2060. You'll be able to buy an RTX and choose between Battlefield 5 and Anthem. Oh my god! Just tell
So
me
in
the
other words,
fucking.
two games that I don't want to touch.
Yeah, in other words, two games that. Well, I kind of want Anthem just to mock it.
I'm glad somebody wants Anthem.
I don't
I
trust
just wanna-
new BioWare not to fuck it up.
$349. So about $440.
I miss when BioWare made good games.
Everyone misses when BioWare made good games.
I mean, Anthem does look good, but that's this cautious enthusiasm for
Is
Anthem.
it though? Is it really cautious? I think it's more disappointment and acceptance.
No,
game looks cool,
The game
but
does look okay.
The game
No, it
looks,
does.
Okay,
I'm
so
not-
here's the thing. The game looks cool, but I don't trust them not to make the loot fucking awful.
Exactly.
Like, I don't, like, oh, man. I just get the feeling
mean,
it's going to
okay,
be the
so,
worst parts of like Borderlands and Destiny's
Destiny?
style of loot / content, just all combined into one.
I just think that like they're putting so much time and effort into it that's like, okay, this should be at least a 75% out of 100, if not 80. Like, I think they're putting a lot of effort to not fuck it up again.
Oh, yeah.
Because if they fuck it up again,
Yeah,
they're
well, okay,
so shit on luck.
Okay, but here's the thing. BioWare has never been like famous for making anything that wasn't an RPG. And like even then, they've lost like almost all of their talent from the old days. Like those people are gone now.
Yeah, you have the
Like,
new guard, and the new guard doesn't understand that.
Is this even going to be like have a much of a story to speak of, or is it just going to be sort of like a story tacked on? Because it looks a little bit more gameplay focused with flying around and like loot drops and stuff than than your standard RPG. It's definitely not a single player RPG, which is like what BioWare, or at least old BioWare, was known for.
No, it's not. And I think that what everyone's expecting is I think it's going to be a really fun game, but it's going to have the Destiny 1 problem where it's like the story was non-existent.
Probably, which is exceptionally weird for a BioWare game. I mean,
right?
I'll be honest, I have not been following this game at all, so I can't speak on what they've said about like what it's going to have, like if it's going to have a storyline or whatever.
Neither have I, and like the big reason why is because it's like after what I saw them do to Mass Effect Andromeda, and like I didn't like Mass Effect 3. I think that's very evident. A
lot of people didn't.
Everyone's like, oh, they killed it then, and they really didn't. Like that's the thing is like they didn't really kill Mass Effect 3.
Mass Effect 3 was.
It was just a bad ending.
Yeah, no. From what I hear, it was just the ending that rode people the wrong way. The rest of the game was otherwise fine, and I can understand why people are mad. You can see the side-by-side comparison of the endings.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like they don't matter.
Yeah.
They don't matter.
You see what they did with Andromeda, and it's just like it's hard not to lose faith in a company like that. And keep in mind, though, they did fire a lot of the people there, and a lot of the people who were involved in that game no longer work for BioWare. But like I am going to sit here and say this is like I also feel like there's also a lot of unnecessary consequences of that because it's like okay, so what were the leads doing? Like I know what one of the leads was doing. One of the leads was working on Anthem.
Actually, well, that's the thing though. With what happened with what happened to Andromeda is actually a pretty interesting like case study, because it spent like a year and a half in fucking pre-production, and when they threw one person on, the guy looked at it. He's like, "Holy shit! You guys have been in pre-production for a year and a half. Oh my god, we're gonna spend next 2 months of pre-production with me, and then we go, and that's it. And it's a hard start, and like they basically made the game in a year." Which, again, it's impressive that they did it, but fuck.
But, like, you compare what they did with Halo 1, which was made in 6 months, hard crunch, and Andromeda, and it's like, you can't do that anymore. Like, you just can't.
There's nothing you can do anymore with it either, because it's just like, hey, so...
Yeah, and like Halo 1 shows, like there are moments in Halo 1 where it's like just cringe. Like it's like, oh, the models look like shit. But it's still a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like that's the thing.
People
I think
are a
that
lot
everyone
more willing
forgets.
to forgive the flaws of a game when it's a new IP as opposed to when it's one that is that's an established franchise because you have something to compare it to.
Right.
It's very hard to do a sequel properly.
Oh yeah.
To keep enough of it of the same that you please old fans, but also add enough new stuff to keep people interested.
Part of me almost wonders if this would not if Andromeda wouldn't have been such the big killing blow if they are talking about bringing back another Mass Effect game, which is funny. But like part of me thinks it's like would it have been such a killing blow if it just had been Andromeda? not Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it had been a different franchise, people probably would have been fine.
Yeah, like a franchise in the same universe, people probably wouldn't have cared as much.
What are like the big problems with Andromeda?
From
there's
everything, it's the cringy writing.
Well, okay, yeah, but that's
plot
because,
holes.
But like we established, all of BioWare's like talent is gone. They got rid, like those people left. We've got new people now.
Yeah.
Bad,
Like, it's not the same
again,
BioWare.
It's bad writing. Getting stuck in pre-production hell, which led to unfortunately bad like level design and stuff like that. Which again is a problem in Mass Effect 3 because they're like again they have some really cool like set pieces where you've got to deal with like a good example the Banshee enemy from Mass Effect 3, which is like, oh, by the way, this thing will teleport around and will one-shot if you're not careful.
Yes.
But like in Mass Effect Andromeda, you don't have that, and it's cool that it's trying to set up a new universe, but unfortunately, it does it in like all the wrong ways. Like the main character, the character that you're supposed to be playing as, like somebody actually pointed that out. If we had played as his father, this ex-grizzled officer who had been like come to this galaxy to start a new life and stuff like that, a lot of us actually would have been fine with it because it's like, yeah, no, that's what Shepard was like. And
Shepard was a grizzled officer by the end. Yeah.
yeah, at the start, and again, it's like you could have built our crew. Like again, a lot of people didn't have any problem with a lot of the crew, except for maybe the Angaran and maybe the black guy, mostly because they were just annoying. But at the same time, like the world looked great. They had great exploration setups. When you got to use the vehicle in the game, it was fun.
Well, I mean, that's just a thing with like, because one of the biggest things from BioWare games is like that, since they are RPGs and like they are very close to classic RPGs. They have like a lot hinges on the characters who are in your party. That's a lot. That's like a lot of people's main draw is the characters who are in your party.
Oh yeah,
and like in old BioWare games, there's characters who are boring, sure. But generally, there aren't characters you're just like, oh my god, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
I mean, like, I'm not gonna say entirely because there are always gonna be characters who aren't as popular, but man, actually, like, like Mass Effect actually had it pretty good compared to the fucking what Dragon Age got. God,
yeah.
I loved Origins so goddamn much. And 2 was bad, and Inquisition was fine, but also really fucking boring a lot of the time. They did a huge disservice by making that game open world.
Rory, you played did you play Andromeda?
No, I've never played a Mass Effect game all the way through.
Okay,
I know the earlier ones are good, but
I would say all three are pretty good because the first three are pretty good for the most.
Yeah, at least fucking Mass Effect got like fucking 2 good games and then 98% of a good game.
And you know how you solve the 98% with the 2%? Go for the destroy option. That fucking solves the rest of the problem because you just don't care.
Yep.
That's actually one of the big. Actually, I watched a YouTuber and he was like talking about Mass Effect 3 ending. He's like, no, I love this game, and I know the ending was contentious, but this is. But here's my stance and here's my arguments for it. And he was like,
but the rest of the game is fine.
Yeah, and he pointed out some really good arguments that I was like, no, I can agree with this, and I think this will be my option from now on whenever I go back to play Mass Effect 3, because I go back and play it ever so often. But with Andromeda, the combat's solid. The out of battle chatter between like characters is fucking hilarious and fantastic. But fuck, there's a mission where you literally drive out to one spot, don't shoot anyone, drive back, hand in the quest, and you're done. And I'm like, what? This is the quest. That is the quest. That couldn't have been like a little side, like that couldn't have been like a mission where it's like, yeah, you're going against like some pirates or some like other species that live in this quadrant or da-da-da-da. But nope. It's just go out here, pick up the data, come back, talk to a person, move off. It's just like, oh god damn. And like there are some, and like again, they actually pointed out that the dialogue options when your character talks are really, really bad. Because that
was like one of the biggest problems with fucking Dragon Age 2 is that they tried to make it a lot more Mass Effect-like compared to because Dragon Age Origins is a classic CRPG. You can even view it from the top down when you're doing the strategy. It's like by default you can zoom in, but otherwise it is a totally faithful classic fantasy CRPG.
Yeah.
And it's great. And then the second one they made it more like Mass Effect because that's what they thought people want. I mean, that was what people wanted. That was right after like Mass Effect 2. So that was what people wanted, but man, fuck that game was rushed.
Again, Dragon Age 2
Repetitive
was done.
environments, annoying characters, unfinished
Bad
fucking
story.
animations. Yeah, just a very choppy story. It wasn't terrible, but it was also very choppy with completely unnecessary time skips. And I can understand what they were trying to do with the time skips. It just kind of landed super flat. But yeah, I mean, this isn't a fucking time to review games from a decade ago.
Bad games from a decade ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, anyways, back to the NVIDIA RTX 2060. It is $349.
Yeah, I forgot that we were actually straight up talking about. Wow.
We go on big tangents, and I get bored when they're talking about computer parts and stuff.
Oh boy.
All right, I'll
boy.
shut up for the next 20 minutes or so you can talk about computer parts.
Okay, so the RTX 2060 basically gives you 1080 performance so basically it's a 1070 Ti, which nobody really expected. Everyone kind of expected to be a 1070, but the 1070 Ti basically means that you can hit a 2070 performance level very easily with just a slight overclock. So, yay! The big news also was from this event was that now NVIDIA is getting FreeSync. Does anyone know what FreeSync is?
Oh, FreeSync. I thought you said freezing. I'm like, oh, I never heard of freezing.
Okay.
It's a new computer term.
That's not a computer term. That's a term that you should be going hold up.
What is this? What is going on here? No, FreeSync is adaptive sync. So basically it's G-Sync but free. Hence the name FreeSync. So it's been usually associated with NVIDIA or AMD, and now that Intel's getting into the game, I guess NVIDIA decided to do it because NVIDIA has always sat there and just dissed AMD hard on their this system they've always complained about it and stuff like that. They actually went ahead and they did a really good thing, and they sat there and they made the driver available for November, January 8th or 15th. I think it's the 15th, and they actually certified 15 monitors.
Huh.
So, hooray! Gamers win, I guess.
Kind of.
But kinda, not really. It's more of it's more of hey, this is something cool that should have been out of the box. And they're still doing G-Sync, so it's also cool. But in other news,
there's red flags.
There is no red flags. There's cool TVs, like rolled up TVs and stuff like that. And then we had the.
I just want to point out in the CES reports I've been seeing, a lot of curving tools or a lot of curving screens nowadays.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Shit's folding in half.
Yeah.
All this rolls up into a tube. And it's okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
We could use that.
Yeah. And then we had AMD, which had greatness in the Ryzen 3rd Gen, which looks like it's going to be an 8-core that competed directly with the 9900K and won at the same wattage. And AMD can fucking win bad. And it looks bad, boys. It looks bad. So it basically in the die shots, it looks like there's one die on there. And basically the way the AMD processors are now working is that they're going to put a giant ARM chip on there. That's the I/O chip that controls your PCI lanes, your USB devices, all of that shit. and then they're going to put another little chip on there, and that's your actual CPU. There's room for another CPU or an APU or whatever on it. So everyone's like super excited about that, and they're like, "Oh my god, 7nm, yeah, jacking off!" And then we get the biggest disappointment ever, and it's another graphics card, boys.
Oh,
Another one.
boy.
Another one. Do you want to know what the disappointment is this time?
Sure.
Okay. AMD has announced the Radeon 7, which is a 7nm Vega card for $699.
Oh, I don't like where this is going.
For $699 American. It matches the 2080 performance level, probably at costing twice as much as the 2080 to produce, which means that NVIDIA, if they're intelligent, will drop the 2080 price, which means that gamers would win. Do I think that's going to happen? No. Do I want it to happen? Yes. It is basically exactly like a 2080. It's just a different color. Jensen Huang basically sat there and called it a pile of garbage for not having gimmicks on it. That's what RTX is. It's a bunch of gimmicks. Sorry, people, but it is. And basically, in my personal, non-professional opinion and stuff like that, is this disappointing? Kinda. Do I really care? Not really. This has been kind of AMD's mantra. Is like they'll release a GPU and everyone's like super excited about it, and then 3 days later it's like super disappointing. So that's my personal opinion. Do you guys have an opinion?
Not really.
Yeah.
I just go to the person at the till who works at Memory Express and go,
I want
So
the
what's the
newest
new thing I
thing,
should-
please.
so what's the newest thing? Okay, let's go down a couple of notches. Okay, what's that price range? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I got one more thing to add to the. Okay, in the topic of this, it's I personally don't care if I go in when I do my actually like completely redo my computer here eventually, because I probably need to redo it eventually. Here in like the next
Here's
few
the
months.
thing.
No,
Here's the thing.
let me finish. I'm
Yeah.
gonna probably sit down and have a long, tired conversation with the guy who is going to help me rebuild this computer.
I'm not going to help you rebuild that computer.
No, it's not.
fuck.
Fuck no, it's not you.
Oh, I like how
going to
you
give
don't
it to
trust me.
you.
No, it's not. No, it's not that I don't trust you. I'm just gonna go to someone else. Because you're gonna ask me
I'm
to
just
pay
going to
you.
go to people I trust more. You know, people I don't know.
Oh, so like because I'm sitting there saying I want money for me going to your house and setting up your stupid computer, even if it's a coffee, that's me being evil. Thanks, Allan. I appreciate that.
Wow,
It's
I feel like
entirely
this-
my point.
This is super vindictive.
No, I just ever since school started, I've just been cold since then. No,
No, it's well. I mean, I started school this week too. So.
When
Yeah.
school begins, my life ends.
Yeah.
pretty much. No, what should I say? Like, for you, I could see you getting use out of the 16 gigabytes.
I could probably use the 16 gigabytes, but besides that,
It's
and
just
on top of
and-
that, there are other cards that come with it too.
yeah, and like the other thing is like it's 16 gigabytes with 1 terabyte transfer speeds.
Yeah, which is
So
good.
it's like-
That is good, but at the same time, there's just better cards.
That's the entire reason to buy that card. That's the reason I'm interested in that card. Do I want to pick up that card? Yeah, but I kind of want to get a lower power version like the 2060.
Yeah.
You see the problem. And like it's kind of evident when you look at this thing and you're just like, this is kind of disappointing.
Kind of.
This is kind of just, it's not even that upsetting. It's just like, okay, this is not as good as I would have
Well,
appreciated
this is
it.
boring.
Pretty much.
You've somehow made your competition look way better.
Pretty much.
But yeah, no.
I think they're just gonna, You know what my opinion is? They made something worse. So if the competition get better than them, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh no, here's this cool thing."
No, it's not even like worse. It's close to the same.
Yep.
Like,
"Oh no, here's this cool thing."
like that's the thing. Is like I don't think people understand. Is like it's not that it's worse. It's pretty much the same thing, just different flavor.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's Pepsi and Coke.
Pretty much.
Is there cherry Coke?
No.
Fuck. Is there at least Dr. Pepper?
Not really.
Shit.
Yeah.
Is there? Can I at least get my Flavor Flav? There got to be a Flavor Flav.
There is a Flavor Flav.
Woo! Get that one.
God damn it.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, sorry. Are we still talking about video cards or whatever?
we're just finishing off. I'm about to
No,
bring up
we're done.
No, we're going to bring up one topic that I want to talk about real quick because I just remembered it.
I'll be honest. I sort of zone out when you start saying all those words I don't understand. My tiny ape brain can't handle all these numbers. I don't know
So,
what.
a new video came out this week that I kind of want to talk with you guys about. And I think Rory is going to absolutely fucking love.
Okay.
Hey, so who wants to see Doom Guy, but even fucking more brutal?
Okay. Hold. I mean, they're too different. They are two different universes.
I don't know.
Oh my. I mean, okay. So like the Doom Guy shitposting is very similar to 40K shitposting, but they are two different genres. Granted, there's probably a lot of crossover in like fucking fans.
Fuck. I don't think it's just a little bit of a crossover. I think it's like
But yeah, no, that thing's awesome.
99%.
You linked it to me recently. That thing's fucking awesome. Someone's making this dope ass animation of
Space Marines just fucking
called
boarding a ship.
Astartes. And it looks fucking amazing.
They don't do the goofy talk. They don't say, "Brother, we must assert care." No, it's just they're going through the ship, and you can tell they're talking between their comms, but you don't ever hear their voices ever said. You don't hear them say anything. They're just
it is purely from an outside perspective.
It's slow strange through, and like you see, like in the latest episode, they escalate up from like, oh, they've got auto guns, las guns, and heavy stubbers trying to take down these Space Marines, and they just get fucking wiped. These guys who defend the ship just get fucking wiped out. They got up the chances to fucking an auto cannon, which should be able to deal with Space Marines. It doesn't. And like the response to that is, oh, I gotta go kill this guy, I guess. Poof. All right, let's keep going. It's kind of like just, oh, well, there's another one. And it just like, it escalates all the way up. And finally, when the Space Marines meet a challenge, it's dealt with in like 2 seconds. It's like, oh, well, that plan didn't work. Well, let's try this. Oh, there we go. Let's keep going.
I'm watching this right now, and this is something I want to watch more.
For anyone who wants to watch, it's just called Astartes, because that's what the Space Marines are known as.
It's adept as Astartes, yeah. But
the most recent one is Astartes Part 3, and that's the one Allan's talking about, where they're just wandering through the bowels of a fucking ship and getting shot at, and it looks
and
pretty
just not fucking caring.
Well, you don't have to care when you're wearing a tank.
When you are the tank. But fuck, man, it's like I will straight up suggest this video series to anyone because, oh man, it's so good. It's so good.
It is very pretty. 40K has like shit tons of content. Like the lore of that universe is absolutely fucking impenetrable.
Is it sad that I want more of that?
Yes. Oh well, if you want more of that, there's lots. Fucking go find it.
Yeah. No, there's like this guy. Actually, we were talking about this, and by the way,
the thing I was saying, for the density of that world, there is very little in the way of like really high quality 3D animation.
There's some good ones like Death of Hope.
There are definitely some good ones, but like for the amount of shit 40K has in it, like.
Oh no, that's the thing. Like a lot of us saw, like me and my buddies were talking about this the other day when we were talking about the other thing I want to bring about real quick. That you'll get a laugh out of, Rory. But we were talking about this, like because GW just recently hired the guy who was doing the Hell's Reach animation, and they're getting him to do a TV series about the Blood Angels called Space Marines.
Wait, they're doing a TV show?
Kind of, yeah, like an episodic TV show that's coming out, I think, in May? Question mark?
Where is
the guy who does Hell's Reach?
Yeah, no. Who's producing it? Like not just
GW.
making it. Yeah. Okay. What network is it hosted on? Netflix? Like.
I don't know.
CW,
They've said they said they're making a TV show. It's
Maybe they're
coming out soon.
If it's
but
like
I don't
a full
know what
TV
network.
show, I imagine they must have a hosting platform in
I don't know
mind.
yet. I don't know
Okay,
yet.
I guess we'll find out.
We'll
Fuck,
find
Allan.
out in probably like
you were
2 months.
You were bitching at Jeff for not knowing about Jack Thompson, but you
that's the thing. That's the information we
apparently
got.
doesn't know
I
shit
gave the
about
information
40K.
The information that we got was we're getting a TV series
God,
about
why
the Blood
are you
Angels,
such a casual
and
fan,
we didn't
Allan?
get we didn't get fucking any release. We didn't get a release date, although it's strongly suggested it's coming out in 2019.
Josh,
and then we don't know where it's coming out.
Mommy and Daddy are fighting again.
It's not fighting.
I don't like
I'm
it.
making fun of
It's
him,
not
and he's
fighting.
ignoring
It's just
me.
dumb arguing.
Yeah.
No, it's
I'm
dumb
trying
arguing.
I'm trying to provoke him, and he's just trying to explain through my provocations.
Yep. But
Don't worry, they're gonna have great sex at the end of the night.
Oh yeah.
God no.
God, no.
My standards are way too high for Allan.
But me and my friends, when we were just talking the other day, we did come to an agreement about one thing though. Because Elon Musk wants to make anime girls real, and how he wants to make mechas real, and how he's
Man,
like
I
this
love
mad
talking
scientist.
about elongated muskrat.
You know what we came to the agreement of?
What?
He's the patron saint of the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's accurate. That tracks.
So-
that
I
tracks.
look,
that works.
forward to the cat girls. I look so much forward to them.
That's what we made the joke about, because he was
I
like,
can 10,000% see Elon Musk applying sacred unguents to the
rockets.
flamethrowers he sells people while chanting in binary
not flamethrowers. Let's get to remember, they're marketed as not flamethrowers.
Sorry, you're right. Not flamethrowers.
But the funny thing is again, Elon, like a guy made a joke, and like I think he's just joking about it, but he's like, somebody was like, hey, making anime
This
girls
man
real.
has sent a car to space. Don't underestimate him.
Well, that's the reason why
He
it's like,
sent his car to space for memes.
yeah. What makes, but the thing is, it proved it could do the payload. That was the main reason why he was doing it. He was just like, I got this car, I love it, but you know what? I'm gonna send it to space to prove a point. But the big thing is, we were joking about like the felinids in 40K. We're like, yeah, that's funny, and we were discussing it. And I was like, well, if Elon Musk is anything that happened, it's probably gonna be the Adeptus Mechanicus that accidentally makes them. And we all just went quiet. It's like, shit, Elon Musk is a fucking Adeptus Mechanicus tech priest, isn't he?
If he starts saying he wants to go to Mars, watch out for him starting a
He has.
Okay, has he talked about starting a religion on Mars?
No, but he has talked about going to Mars.
Keep your toasters away from this man. They need to be protected.
Protect your
do
wife.
unholy things to those toasters.
But the thing is he also. But the thing is, when we finished this discussion, I was like, I just want to build an Imperial Knight, paint it up, and mail it to Elon Musk, and just be like, make this a thing, and I will support you for no matter what.
Make it real, and I love you 5 ever.
I love you 5 ever.
That's more than forever.
That's one more than 4 ever.
I would be his eternal guardian at that point. I'd be like, yes, my lord, what do you require? Praise the Messiah.
Freaking, if he starts doing weird shit to toasters, I'd gladly bring my toaster to him and go, can you make it fuckable?
Yeah,
Okay,
stop.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay, Josh, my dude, that's literally the Mechanicum Toasters meme, is that they fuck toasters. Well, yeah, because they're all big technophiles, and they're all huge nerds, so basically toasters are just their version of body pillows.
They are the waifus.
Oh,
They are waifus.
Toasters are the waifus.
I think my favorite meme about it is where it's a guardsman, like two guardsmen watching tech priests talking binary. It's like, I wonder what they're talking about. Probably some like major philosophical thing. The XI73 Samsung fucking toaster's the best waifu ever. No, you are wrong and you are a heathen for it. I'm just like, oh my god, that's accurate.
Yeah, no, just if you've got time, look up shit on the Adeptus Mechanicum. They're all they're just a bunch of weirdo neats.
You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do right now? I'm actually gonna find a picture of an Imperial Knight and fucking at fucking Elon Musk it.
Yeah, you
Because
should.
fuck, I want to. I just like, can you make this a thing?
Yeah, you should. You should do that. You should do that.
I'm doing that
So
right
if
now.
we could combine
Could
the
someone
Elon
just draw a
memes and the
picture
40K
of-
memes, we would birth an entire new generation of weird fucking great memes.
Guys,
Does someone draw? Actually, what does the techno priest look like?
Tech
A
priest?
tech priest? Hang on, I'll get
Or
one.
yeah.
the guy, it's
Well, to
basically a
describe it-
space marine with.
No. I mean, there are tech marines, but okay, no. Basically, they're just dudes who have like. I mean, it varies on tech priest to tech priest, but the vast majority of them have like large portions of their body replaced by various technologies. They also tend to have mechadendrites, which are basically like little extra
Listen.
limbs, extra technological limbs that can have various things on them, and they wear big robes that look big red robes that look kind of like a palette swapped version of like, I'm gonna say the Final Fantasy White Mage robe. As I always thought it was like a color reverse version of that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Not from that picture, but yeah, there's.
Actually, we also made a joke. Does that? So we were like, is the Adeptus Adeptus Biologus, which is the Mechanicum's like biology branch.
Yeah, basically the Adeptus
4chan. No. This is what the conversation was. We were making jokes about like, oh, what would the internet be like in 40K? And I quietly said the Adeptus Biologus is fucking 4chan, and they all three of us just went silent. And it's like, yeah, and that's probably the reason why the Adeptus, the Ordo Hereticus hates them so much. It's just like, yes. Oh man, we just had a great time talking about it. But yeah, this is what this picture.
There's
The
a
picture I
better
just linked to
example
chat.
of the robe.
Because I'm like, you can have Elon Musk still be the tech priest, but you have to be like, oh, on the cover, like he's wearing a skin suit, he looks normal, but a single second he's just like, oh, oops, I have a cut. It's just wires popping out. It's just like, it's not blood, it's wires, pure wires. It's like shit,
No.
shit, and he cover.
So,
That's the thing though, is like the Adeptus Mechanicus is weird, but I would.
oh
fucking
yeah,
love
well,
to see
yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, they're weird. Also, I really now want to play Space Marine again.
Which
Warhammer
THQ Space
Marine.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
No, that's what I was like. I was like, which Space Marine?
There's only one Space Marine, and there
No,
needs
there's
to be
been
more.
a few Space Marine games. I was wondering which Space.
No.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, there's a few of them.
There's
They
only-
all look interesting, but they look they look good, but I don't think the gameplay is good at all.
I'm talking
the
about
Space
Warhammer.
Marine, the Space Marine like action game actually plays really fucking well.
It plays amazing. It is actually one of those games that I'd be like, fucking.
Yeah,
play
no,
it.
okay, so like Games
Yeah.
Workshop has a policy of just giving their fucking 40K license to literally everybody.
No.
Recently, it's only been the past couple years since THQ went under.
Yeah, they just give it to literally everyone, and as a result, there's a lot of games that aren't that great, but there's also a fucking load of like really solid picks out there.
Oh yeah, without a
Yeah.
doubt.
Like I've seen this one game constantly pop up on my Steam profile, like through the Discovery tab whenever there's an event through Steam.
Is it the Inquisition one?
I
Yeah.
think so. It's one where you have a squad and you're going through a ship.
Oh, that's Space Hulk.
Yeah.
Is it Space Hulk?
Space Hulk
Okay.
Deathwing.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I
I
get-
played that for a bit. It's kind of like it plays like Vermintide or Left 4 Dead. It's one of those squad-based shooters.
okay.
I
It's
still need to-
okay.
Yeah, I still got to
Because-
play Battlefield Gothica or stuff like that. And then I
Because
still.
like I've seen like trailers and stuff for that one, and I'm like, it looks good, but it kind of like I see how the AI works, and I see what you're fighting, and it's like they're just gonna die immediately, aren't they? They're all gonna be like get stuck in a corner, they can't do anything, and they die.
No, actually, they're actually pretty fucking capable now because like when the game initially released, it had some AI bugging problems, but they patched it and they released an updated version where you actually run into other creatures other than just gene stealers. You run into like brood lords and stuff like that. And then they were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, you can fight orcs on this thing." And I was like, "What?"
Oh the fuck! There's orcs. I might have to go back to that game.
I'm not 100% sure because that was something I heard somebody say. It's like apparently there's orcs in the game right now, but I don't know because apparently some people haven't been able to find them. Because it's apparently like depending upon again, you also might run into chaos cultists and stuff like that. And I was like, "Fuck, that would be awesome. That would be Space Hulk right there."
Yeah.
Okay, can we please get a game with just the Astartes? Please.
There's just the Astartes?
Yeah, like just can we please get another Warhammer 40K Space Marine?
A YouTuber I follow Chapter Master Valrak has been doing weekly game sessions of playing Space Marine, and he's like, "Yeah, no, just we keep adding THQ and asking, and it's like if you can drum up enough support, we'll start producing the next game." And like he like pushed hard for a while. He still runs weekly game sessions where he plays Space Marines with his fans online. He's like, "Yeah, no, show that there's interest in playing the game, and they will probably fucking do it." And I'm just like,
Well, like it's not even that bad. It's like it was. I want to play it again. I
Go
want to
Go play it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna install it right now, boys.
Good boy.
Do it, pussy.
I also kind of need to play through what game was it? Battlefield Gothica, I think.
Yes, Battlefield Gothica is another game that you should probably play through.
That was like the game that like one of our guys really wanted to make. He wanted to make a game that was kind of like FTL mixed with Warhammer, and I was just like, no, that's stupid.
That is a lawsuit waiting to happen.
And then that came out, and then I was like, now we don't have to make this. Thank God. Because it's already been made. Jesus Christ. I was so happy. Boys. Oh, it's only 9 gigs. Wow.
What?
Yeah. Because that's back when THQ could fucking. God damn it, THQ.
I still need to play through. I still need to play through Warhammer Dawn of War.
Don't play Dawn of War 3.
No, I'm playing Dawn of War 2.
Good.
That's fine.
Now I'm gonna play more Disgaea.
Yeah, you do that.
And then you can play the Blood Ravens.
Yeah.
The Bloody Magpies.
The good boys who steal everything.
He's not joking. He's not kidding.
So they're like Activision.
No. Okay. So
they're like Activision.
No, like
they stole my heart.
No, you don't understand. In those games, it lists like you could get various loot, and a bunch of loot has different lore from it. And the fact that you get it like from the Blood Ravens, like relics, like the relics that they have, is ludicrous because that implies at some point that the fucking Blood Ravens robbed goddamn Custodes, and I think at least one Primarch.
Yeah, no, it's strong.
There is a reason the Blood Ravens are referred to as the Bloody Magpies, because they will steal everything that's not nailed down. They take them as gifts to the chapter.
They are
even
gifts
if they're nailed
to the
down,
chapter.
they'll probably steal it.
They'll probably steal the nails.
Actually, apparently in the lore, they've stolen a battleship.
They have stolen a battleship.
Yeah,
I'm not joking about that. Apparently in the lore, they've stolen a full-on battleship, like a Retribution class battleship. That's a 25-kilometer ship. How do you steal that?
You just sneak. Okay, so here's how you do it. You need 2 Blood Ravens. One Blood Raven distracts the owner, and the other one just nicks it.
Yeah, exactly. He gets the keys, and he goes up in there. He turns it on. How many engine running?
How many crew members does it take in order to run a battleship that big? That's the question.
I'm pretty sure you need at least one astropath.
So
but they come with the ship. They come with the ship, so it's fine.
Okay.
More often than not, they're pretty much prepared to like go along with it.
They're pretty much prepared to do anything.
They don't even, like, the thing is they live in a little like iron shell that protects them from like all the psychic, like all the effects around them. So all they just do is just sit in this room
the
and
way,
like, some
like,
blood
faster
even comes up.
The way
They come up to the room, they knock on the door and go, "Hey, we're going into warp travel. Guide us through safely." And it's like, "Okay, boss."
basically, every faction in 40k has their own method of faster than light travel. The Imperium basically straps super powerful psychics into their ships as basically like the focal point of faster than light travel, so they can like slip through the warp.
Yep.
Which is
literally hell, by the way.
The lore of this universe is absolutely fucking impenetrable. Like there are hard like technological explanations for every different race's methods of faster than light travel. My favorite is the orcs, who are just all latently psychic, and as long as you get enough together, they can travel through space just because they believe they can.
Yep.
Oh, right. Yeah. I was gonna say, I remember that factoid, but I'm like, I can't remember where that came from, but I do remember that factoid, and I was like, I'm sure that's in every lore, but which one?
Yeah, no. Like that's one of my favorite things about like one of my favorite factions in 40k is the orcs simply because of the fact that like as long as enough orcs in the same area believe something will happen, it will. If enough orcs believe a giant gun will fire, you better believe that gun will fire.
Now, so what you're saying is if enough orcs played Doom, they could make a BFG 10,000?
Probably. They did, actually. There was I recall at least one story where basically Imperium was trying to take a planet or a hill or something from the orcs, and they couldn't get it because the orcs had this fucking super weapon that was just mowing down literally all their troops. And like they just threw fucking guardsmen at it to die in fucking droves, as guardsmen are known to do. But nevertheless, and after they finally took it, they got to the top and realized that the fucking super weapons the orcs that had been firing on them was just a big tube filled with bolts. They just threw like shrapnel into, and then just stood behind it screaming "Daka Daka 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 Daka,"
and it fired.
Which, if you must know, is the orcish slang term for firepower. So they just had enough orcs behind a big tube yelling, "Shoot the gun!" and it shot. And it killed millions.
By the way, okay, so recently when Games Workshop released their opened their 100th store, something interesting happened. And you're gonna love this. So they put out 100 facts about 40k, and one of the facts was Orchimedes, and it's like, okay, I want to see where this is going. Do you want to know what it was? Do you want to know what it was, Roy? It's believed that Orchimedes finally figured out how much DACA is enough DACA. Upon discovering this, he destroyed the item that he had created to prevent the destruction of Orc society. I was like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, if that's great.
How to acquire exactly enough DACA.
Yep. Okay. So what I'm hearing is that the orcs could make a traveler object and become guardians.
Yeah. Okay. So orcs are typically incapable of spaceflight as they are really dumb. But the larger an orc's colony becomes, the more mech boys will like basically 1 in every 10 orcs is a mech boy, and basically these are orcs with inborn knowledge of how to create orc weaponry.
It's 1 in about 100 actually.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
Yeah.
The numbers are irrelevant. But yeah, basically mech boys who are just orcs born with an innate knowledge of how to create orc weaponry. And basically, once the orc, the
Orc society reaches a point.
I want to use the term correctly. It's not an orc society; it's an orc wa. Basically, everything the orcs do or are can be referred to as a wa. Spelled WAH. and then any number of A's, GH. And like basically once they get big enough, they become capable of spaceflight because enough of them believe that the ship the Mech Boys made will fly, and then it does. And then they just fly around in basically just rockets strapped to a hunk of metal, and they believe it'll hold together, so it does. Also, that's how they fly through. That's how their faster than light travel works. They just basically every orc has like a field of psychic. They're all like latently psychic, and they have a field of Wa energy. And okay, so to provide context, this is a big tangent. To provide context, the way humans travel through the warp is basically they project a bubble of, because the warp is basically a dimension of dreams that has been taken over by a bunch of fuck angry demons. Or fuck slutty demons, or like 40K's got a lot of different types of demons, but mainly
bad demons.
The important part is that the way humans, the Imperion travels through the warp is by basically projecting a bubble of like normal space around them while they travel through the warp to try and remain unnoticed and unmutated for the duration of their flight. Sometimes they get attacked, but sometimes they don't. The way orcs travel through the warp is they project a bubble of Wa energy. And while this may sound similar, like, in theory, in practice, it's the difference between, like, trying to slip through a room unnoticed as opposed to trying to get through a room by screaming and pinwheeling your arms and running full tilt and hoping that your bulk is enough to get you to the other side.
Okay.
Which more often than not it is.
Which more often than not it is, and not the least of which because generally if demons attack an orc vessel, the orcs are more than happy to fight because they consider it great practice for wherever they happen to be going.
Okay.
And more often than not, they're not even guaranteed to get to where they're going. They'll just end up somewhere else.
They will often emerge somewhere else.
As long as there's still a fight.
As long as there's a fight, yes, they're happy. Including if they run into other orcs. Orcs are more than willing to fight other orcs, including themselves, as has happened a couple of times. I believe there is at least one documented case where an orc went through a time warp and then came out close to where they had started, whereupon the leader of said Wa decided to kill himself so he could have a second copy of his favorite gun.
Yep, it was
which caused
that reason.
both tribes to both the future and the present tribe to devolve into confusion.
Yep.
But he got a second copy of his favorite gun.
This universe is awesome. Not like the Destiny universe where they fucked it up more royally than anything else.
Yeah, no, just fucking like read shit on 40K. It's super dense, but you'll find shit you like.
So,
I would rather be explained.
Also for the chat to know, and I'm going to link this here. It has begun.
Oh. Yes. Okay.
You actually said that tweet.
It's Elon Musk.
I'd be okay.
I know
with
that
it.
you're all about Japanese mecha, but it would be awesome if patron saint of the Adeptus Mechanis, because if you did, I would totally follow you to Mars. Praise the Omnissiah. Okay.
I think that's a podcast.
No, we have to talk about Destiny.
Okay.
Oh, do we need to? Oh, yeah, we do.
We're going off of 40K to Destiny. Oh boy.
We're going from a really good universe to a really shitty universe.
We're going from a really good universe to a
40K
really
universe versus Destiny universe. Who would win? Definitely 40K.
Actually,
always.
Probably
No, let me
40K.
put it this way: there are. The only verse that can maybe stand up to 40K is Star Wars, and maybe that's if
not even
everything
close.
in their history.
Not even close.
And that's
No,
if
there's one universe that would win.
No, there isn't.
The Halo universe.
No.
If they
No, it
activated
wouldn't.
all the rings at the same time.
Nope. I don't think you understand the level of doomsday that
40K deals with on a daily basis.
On in 40K.
Okay,
Like,
there's a quote from a YouTuber I follow that points out if the Black Crusade happened in any other universe, it would be the end of that universe. It would be like period. In 40K,
and there's been fucking 13 of them.
That's a Tuesday.
Okay.
Like I don't like 40K is like the universe that just has the biggest stuff. all the
Yeah.
time.
Okay, so here's the reason why, the only issue that they would have is they would have to kill Guardians over and over and over again.
Okay, but here's the thing: demons don't die either, for real.
Demons legit, like
Yeah.
legit, unless you
Also,
kill.
the more orcs you kill, the more orcs there are.
Yep.
Okay.
The only reason, like, orcs are a biological weapon created by a race that no longer exists, and they're
Oh.
fucking unstoppable.
To beat one race, and they didn't even do that because the other race was like opting out. We're gonna go to sleep.
Okay, so basically, Mom and Dad had a fight, and it was a very civil fight.
Was it?
It ended in the divorce, and they're both on speaking terms. They're still friends.
I don't
And-
think they are.
Yeah, they are. Activision said that we're not ripping off Destiny off of the Battle.net client, but we are hoping to make it a smooth transition. Over. And basically what that means is that they're going to continue doing what they're doing right now. But they're going to make other things down the road, so they're going to make more things. This is a good thing for Destiny, I feel, but it's also going to be, it's kind of concerning as well. I'd
be interested to know how this actually happened, because I think that
I can almost tell you right now how it happened.
How.
Basically what ended up happening was Activision said, we're very disappointed with the way Forsaken sold. And Bungie responded by saying, we're actually really happy the way that Forsaken sold, and we feel as if the game speaks for itself.
Okay, yeah, okay. So, like, I can understand why there would be disagreements, but that's like a company giving up an IP that is a move that almost never happens.
You're right.
Like, I have to, like, no, because, like, okay, so basically this split wouldn't have happened if, like, money had not changed hands. Activision owns Bungie, correct? Or
No.
owned them.
No.
It didn't?
No,
They never
Bungie's been a separate company since it left Microsoft.
Yeah.
No, they just. So what? What do they own?
Activision was being the publisher for.
Oh,
Destiny.
just the publisher of this?
Activision
Right.
owned roughly 50% of Destiny.
Okay. So I have to imagine that Bungie just bought them out.
Yeah.
My point stands. Yeah, no, like, presumably, yeah, Activision was, like, Bungie just wanted full control over it, and it sold poorly enough that Activision was willing to sell.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Like, yeah.
Like,
Because
that's
if it hadn't done poorly, they wouldn't have been willing. If they felt that the IP was still strong, they would never sell it. That's not what businesses do.
Oh, no, you're 100% correct. Like, the only reason why they sold was because the IP has been, like, marred completely. Like, it has been completely, like, there are hate groups. There are people who have a hate boner on for that game now because of what happened. There was a moment literally where, for Christmas, they literally were, like, gouging players for money and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
No,
like,
it's
fucking
not. And, like,
Publishers are out to make money, and, like, there's no, like, it's a very legal gray area what you can and can't do with the video. Well, I mean, it's not even a legal gray area. People just generally don't care to legislate that sort of thing. So, publishers are always trying to get away with the scummiest shit. And yeah, it's going to piss people off. But hey, now that, like, it's back in the hands of the developer as opposed to the publisher, maybe we'll get a good one. Its budget will probably never will be even close to as big as it used to be. But hey, at least you won't get fucked.
Oh yeah, well, like, and like this is like one thing that I'm bringing up. There was a thing, like, literally when the first DLC came out, like, where I was like, I pushed a buddy into buying Destiny. Okay. I sat there and I said to him, get the season pass. It's important to get the season pass. He didn't get the season pass. Okay, we couldn't play the Nightfall together anymore. We couldn't play any of the strikes together anymore. We couldn't do anything. All we could do is do all of the old missions.
Wait, even though he had the DLC because he didn't have the season
He didn't have
pass,
the
it
DLC.
wasn't... Oh, okay. Why
So
didn't he
literally,
just
the
buy
game had
DLC?
locked him out of the content that he had already paid and played for.
Wait, what do you mean? So he didn't
So-
have the DLC despite the fact that he had paid for it? What?
No, he didn't have any of the DLCs. So like the game came with some base content. So like stuff like Avex
As
mining, drill, and
games
stuff. Yeah.
Generally do.
Most of the base strikes were all these unique strikes that you would play at the end of the missions and stuff like that to get epic gear and stuff like that. So you had strikes like go kill this arms dealer who's taking up shop in this old abandoned ship. Go kill this person. Go kill this person. Kill this servitor. Do stuff like this. Stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All of that went away.
So wait, they took content out of the game and then resold it as DLC?
Yeah, pretty much.
Fuck.
They did that in the first game too, and nobody batted an eye.
How? That seems
Because
like
nobody
exactly
was playing the game up to that point, and anyone who was,
it was way
already
down the
owned the
line?
season. Yeah, already owned the season pass.
That's so weird. That seems like exactly the sort of thing people would super get up in arms over.
Yep. That's why he sat there and requested a refund. And he was super pissed off when they sat there and they were like, we're giving this away for free now. He was visibly angry. So me and him were like talking about this, and he was like, yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how this goes. I'm kind of interested to see how this works.
Well, now we'll see what the IP is like without EA. I mean, like I said, its budget will be probably a bit lower, but hopefully the business practices will be a lot less scummy.
Well, there's other things too. Like, one of the big things that, the big thing that, the Destiny groups I'm a part of, they're all, they're saying if they can get the live team to do more stuff, that's going to be helpful for the game. Because everyone's like, I want Sparrow Racing. I want this. I want this. Why aren't they doing a Valentine's Day event? Why isn't there this? And it's like, well, shut up.
What, you don't have anything better to do on Valentine's Day than play Destiny?
I do have a lot of better things to do than play Destiny.
Sure.
It's called cry in my bedroom. Feel bad about myself.
That'd be a swerve. The Singles Awareness Day DLC.
Yes. Anyways.
It comes with an in-game body pillow for your character.
That would be epic. Is it Cade 6? Can it be Cade 6?
Sure. I don't know who
He's
that is.
dead now.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So what, you just want a dead guy body pillow?
Yes.
All right.
I
Whatever
want
gets your
literally
rocks
Ikora
off.
sitting there with a body pillow of Cade 6.
Oh.
She's just giving you them for free. She's like, here's a body pillow of Cade. I want that as a weapon. I want it as a heavy
body pillow.
I want to beat enemies with a body pillow. And when you actually kill them with it, I want them.
Fucking.
I want them.
I hear Bungie's taking requests.
I want that when you kill them, they just go they're just like, I'm just going to fall asleep now. I'm just going to give up, and they just drop their weapons and leave.
No,
They're
they
like,
just
I'm
die.
just done.
The body pillow just has its own element. It does humiliation damage because you're getting beaten with a fucking body pillow.
Of Cade 6.
or you could just slap some bricks in there. Then it'd probably just do regular damage.
Would this be better with a shotgun with 2 anime thighs on it?
How would you stick anime? One anime thighs. How do you put those on a shotgun?
Simple. You make a double barrel shotgun, then you have 2 anime thighs for the iron sights.
Well, okay, so you just you replace the sights with
2 anime thighs. They're just a skirt going up.
Wouldn't that block your vision?
A little bit.
God damn it.
You're a fucking idiot. You know that?
Yes, I am.
Okay. As long as we're clear on that point.
Yeah, I know.
Unless you make it transparent or something.
I actually kind of want to do this for. I kind of want to do. Yes, you can see their panties, Rory.
No, I
It's
said
okay.
see through. Ah, fuck! I hate you guys so goddamn much.
Do you? I know you do. I appreciate it.
Oh man, you're such. Yeah. No bully me. I'll bully myself. So you
I
feel
think we're
weird
done.
about
I
it.
think we're done for tonight.
I think we
This
are.
is this like being a bully in high school and punching some nerd, and the nerd goes, "Oh, harder," and I'm just like, "Ugh."
It's working.
It's like, oh, choke me a little. What?
Spit on me.
Okay, we're done. Thank you. Well, good
Yeah,
night.
no,
Goodbye,
that's
ladies
the
and
sign
gentlemen.
that the
Tell me I'm
podcast
trash.
is over.
Tell me I'm trash.
No, I got I actually wanted to make that gun for a game, and the side effect of it would be that when you hit somebody with it, they would explode and come.
Okay, yep, podcast is over.
We're
Well,
done.
that's the Black Mind podcast.
Welcome to the Black
It's been
Mind Games
episode
podcast. We've got
180 something.
Yep.
I'm trying to find a way to combine cum guzzler and gun in my head. Cum gunsler. It's
No,
not.
it's
It's not
the
working.
gun
It's not
guzzler.
working. Wrap it up. Wrap
Gun
it up. Go to commercial. We're
It's
done.
called the waifu blaster, Rory. It's called the waifu blaster.
Or you call it the gum blaster.
It's called
Huh?
the waifu blaster.
Where does the M come in? I mean, I guess.
You know, for cum and then gun.
Oh,
What about
Gum
just the
blaster.
cum?
I
I like
how,
the cun. The cun's good.
I like how I broke Rory in
Go watch
30
out, this
seconds.
cun is flaming hot.
Thank you for listening to the Black. Thank you for listening to the Black Mind Podcast, episode 182. My name was Jeff. Joining me this week was Rory, Josh, and Allan. I hope you enjoyed the show. You can
I
listen
need
to
an
us on.
adult.
Oh, don't worry. This cun. This
cun is
has
an
another
adult.
mode. Wet.
Ew, frothy. Setting the
Okay.
froth setting to max. And that's the podcast name. We're done
That's a
here.
podcast. All right. See you later, everyone. Bye.
All right. Jesus, tap dancing Christ.
Thank you for listening to the episode. You can listen to us every Thursday on podbean.com or your podcasting app of choice. You can also subscribe to us on iTunes or on YouTube. And hope you have a good night. Good night, guys.
All right.
Okay. Okay. So, I was thinking about making a game similar to Doom, but instead of demons, you have anime demons. Okay?
Okay, so wait, just H Doom?
No. We're not done
Okay.
yet. They have clothes.
Okay, well this just seems like a worse H Doom.
Okay? And it has furry anime girls.
Okay, well now it's way worse H Doom. Where are you going with this?
And regular anime girls.
Okay, why?
Because why not?
I mean, do what you want to do, man. I'm pretty sure lots of those games get made. They just, are the kind that get like put up on that weird part of
Can
Steam.
I curb stomp somebody in the head? Can I curb stomp an anime person?
Do you want to? Why? Okay, why do you have a furious boner for murdering anime girls?
No reason. I'm just wanting to do this.
Okay, but why though?
Because of reasons. I need a project for like a game jam. That
All
might
right,
go on.
you know what? Do whatever fucking strikes your fancy.
I'm thinking of making the moon just Dio.
Okay, I feel like you're just on like a meme bender right now. Like you're just down the
That's-
fucking rabbit hole, and you're speaking in fucking moon runes, and I just don't know what like fucking level of ascended you're on right now. But I'm gonna trust that
level 2.
I'm at level like
ascended
90s.
level 2.
Yeah.
There's 10 levels. He's at level 2.
This
Yeah.
is this is what it's
The main
going to be, an
character is called the
ascended
Woo
degenerate. And this is what it's like. Oh god, fuck! I can't even meme properly. A woo slayer? That's what you're going with? Sure.
Yes.
Fuck it. Why not?
How about
Is it-
no?
But it gets better because I was like doing research for this and then immediately found like 6 like really cool like images and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, okay. It brought me back. Like, this has been a really bad idea. Like, this is the reason why your expectation should be net zero. But I now want it. Like, I just want it as an option. Like, I
Yeah,
might
like I'm
just
pretty
like.
sure. Like, well, I mean, Doom shit posting is on like a pretty high level, so I'm pretty sure there's loads of anime Doom shit posting.
I mean,
In fact, I
like,
know there is. So like, really, you're just hopping on the bandwagon there.
right? Like, that's the thing. Is like, if I do this, I'm just
This is a
hopping on the
weird-
band.
So it's just a weird subset of a kind of obscure meme
Yeah, kinda.
that you're turning into a full game. I mean, I'm sure
No.
the people who like it will be into it. Are we waiting for Josh? Are we recording? What's happening?
We're waiting for Josh, or Josh hopped into. No, he's in AFK. Do we want to sync and start the show without him? We can be like a.
I don't particularly have a preference. I'm fine with whatever. Do we have a topic list? Because I don't think I have anything to talk about
Also,
off the dome.
I got to show you guys this because I was like, I searched up like literally my exact search was Doomslayer anime Rule 63. Why? Because reasons.
Yeah.
Are they good reasons? No, but I got that, and I
there's
think that looks
there's
sick.
plenty of Doom girls out there. It's a very popular subset.
Yeah. I also found this.
A little too much. You're just going off.
I also found this, and I also now want to purge half of humanity.
Okay, well, don't show it to us then.
I'm sure
Okay.
Allan will like it.
I'm not making any comments.
I mean, it's
Mind you, that's fucking funny. I just saw the last one. Fucking woof.
Yeah, we knew you'd like it.
Woof.
Fucking furry.
You fucking furry. Stop fucking dogs.
All right, what? Okay, so do we have a topic
That's
list?
you know, never mind. I'm not even gonna go there anymore.
Also, then there's this.
Oh my fucking god! Give me the topic list, not memes.
He's gonna give you memes.
I need to give you more memes. This episode's gonna just be memes. It's gonna be us memeing about things.
We're not gonna talk about the shit show that is fucking.
Jack Thompson's back, boys.
I saw like a thumbnail. And I'm like, what fucking how? Like, what decade is this?
What happened? What?
Hold
Jack
on.
Thompson's back.
Jack Thompson's back, baby.
Jack Thompson's back. CS had some goodness. So everyone.
Is that how we sync the podcast now? Jack Thompson's back.
Jack Thompson is back, baby. All right, I gotta fucking come up with some topics. Hold on.
I love my topic list. We have some CES stuff, which is going to be like 20 minutes of like us just whining and then us being very happy.
All right. What did I?
I have to walk all day, and then poke at some shit, and some shit I can't poke at.
Well, for
Yeah,
you
you
might be
fucking
interested
do.
in it, but I don't know. Destiny and Activision have split.
I saw
and
that. Yeah.
Bungie's getting the child in the divorce. I'm happy, but
Funny thing is, Bungie might be better off.
I've
heard
also
Are we gonna?
I just heard-
Fuck, god damn it! I don't want to talk about that.
what?
Bungie's leasing Activision. Everybody's like, yes, leave, regain your soul. And I'm like, I don't think Activision had much to do with fucking.
No,
How
I
bad
think
Destiny was.
Activision had a lot to do with fucking Destiny. I think that what they did was they just sat there and they just exercised muscle. And they just sat there and they just kind of forced them to do Eververse stuff, which, in my personal opinion, the way that Bungie does it is like a lot better than some, because it's like oh, you just get gear and stuff like that. But they completely fucked over the Christmas event last year just because of that. And everyone freaked out.
Huh. I did not hear this.
Yeah.
And now I am.
It basically what ended up happening was like that game has been train wreck after train wreck after train wreck after train wreck, and everyone's like okay, like stuff like you would get a coin that's supposed to increase in exotic drops, and you wouldn't get anything. You wouldn't get anything.
Nothing at all?
Nothing at all. Well, that's a software issue.
Nothing at all.
Very loud slurping.
I'm sorry.
That's
I'm trying to
That's a software issue, not a hardware issue.
not die this podcast.
Yeah.
Why? What are you dying of?
Cold.
Cancer.
Fair enough.
I'm dying of heartbreak because of last night.
Double dog
happened?
cancer. I was gonna talk about that, but I figured it would be on your list.
Yeah.
What did you do? What did you do?
We'll wait for it. We'll
Yeah.
We'll discuss it during the actual. I don't have any fucking topics. I haven't played any new games.
You've just been playing Dark Souls. You could talk about Berserk.
I mean, what I've already talked about. Like nothing new has happened with Berserk.
You could talk about JoJo.
I mean, nothing. Okay. I mean, I guess the new JoJo's been pretty fucking good, but like none of you watch it, so we can't really hold a discussion now. Fucking can we?
No, but 90% of Josh's things are just ranting and raving about how good something is.
Yeah, I guess.
And I'm not being mean when I say that. That's actually how it is. Because Josh is like, I play this weird, obscure game this week.
You know what? I'll just go off on fucking tangents when you guys do topics. That's what I do anyway. I don't have to bring anything to the table. You're lucky I'm here. I don't mean.
I mean,
I'm just being a dick.
It's okay.
I was gonna say I played genital jousting like last week.
Of course you fucking did. Oh, should we?
Yeah,
should
it has
we
a story.
sync
It has
and
a
start
story
this?
mode. It has a story mode.
Why? How? No. Hold
'Cause-
on. Wait. No. Wait. Okay. So we need to sync and start the podcast, and then we can talk about dicks.
Sync
Like-
in.
Prop order of operations, motherfuckers.
Okay. Sync.
In 3, 2, 1.